about to enter the Yontiv of Purim, and first I would like to congratulate all of you, especially those alumni who attended the dinner of the Yeshivah, the Bar Mitzvah dinner of the Yeshivah. That was really an absolutely fantastic, fantabulous, beautiful affair. Your presence was mechazik us tremendously. You gave us tremendous chizuk. You gave us tremendous nachas. Alavai, you should continue to only go mechayil l'chayil. At the same time, I would like to wish a mazel tov to Rabbi and Mrs. Fuchs on the birth of their son, Tzuriel Yehuda. They should be zocheh, the gadol, the Torah, the chuppah, the masin tovin. And as well, a hearty mazel tov to Rabbi and Mrs. Warblaski on the bar mitzvah of their son, Benayo Mordechai, who was zocheh to complete Mishnayos and Moed 101 times. Wow, the Gemara Chagiga quickly comes to the fore. That in Odom B'Shon Pirko Mea Pamim, L'Shon Pirko Mea Pamim V'Achas. Someone who's zocheh to learn something 101 times, not 100 times. There's no comparison. And by the way, the Balatanya and others asked the question, what's the difference? Already I had knowledge of the item that I'm learning 100 times. What if I added by 101 times? The answer is, Bein Ovid Elokim L'Asher Lo Avodo. That represents the ultimate in Mesiras Nefesh and Avodas Hashem, the continued perseverance and dedication. And so Baruch Hashem, Benayo Mordechai has become a bar mitzvah, and Alavai should be zocheh to go through all shishas in the Mishnah 101 times as well. We wish them a great mazel tov. This Shabbos is Parshas Zachor. There we are commanded in the mitzvah say to be moched the Zachor v'amoli b'tachas hashamayim. And even though this obligation seems to be kipshuto, today obviously we really cannot be mekayim this mitzvah in a practical way. We don't know, we're not able to identify whom is Amalek, and there are those who contend that during the days of Mordechai and Esther, all the Amalekim were eliminated. So the mitzvah kipshuta is not difficult to fulfill. However, there is an element of the mitzvah that is still operative and still relevant. Whatever exists in the world also exists in the nefesh of a person. Chazal come in the Gemara Megillah Daf Yudalid, Harbi Nevi'im Amdu Lehem B'Yisrael, Klal Yisrael was zocheh to many Nevi'im, Kiflayim Ki Yotzu Mitzrayim. Ela, Nevuah Shehutzich L'Doros Nichtaba, V'Shelo Hutzich Alon Nichtaba. A Nevuah that was necessary for posterity, for all generations, the Tanakh wrote down. And that which was not necessary for all generations was not written down. Now in the Tanakh we have many Nevuahs, for example about Ammon, about Moab, about Edom, and many other nations that clearly no longer are extant. Why were these Nevuahs written? In what respect are these Nevuahs Shehutzuch L'Doros? So the answer I heard from Arav Nevitzol Shlita, he suggested the following. The Tanchuma writes in Parshas Pekudei that a person is a Olam Katan, a microcosm. And within each person, there's an element of Ammon, there's an element of Moab, there's an element of Edom, there's an element of all the Shiva Mumas HaOlam. I'm talking about the midos that these particular countries represented. Whether it's the midah of Kamsonus, someone who's very austere, or someone who is lacking in Avas Chesed, or someone who's lacking in Hakar Satov. Ammon and Moab, the Torah tells us the reason why they cannot enter the Kal Hashem, Al Dvar Shalom Kipu Eschem Alechem V'Mayim B'Derech B'Tzeichem Mitzrayim. They did not greet us with bread and water when we left Egypt. And therefore, these lack of good midos exists within every human being. And therefore, these nevuos were required for posterity. Namely, the nevuah against Moab, against Ammon, against Edom, that we should not follow, we should not emulate these kinds of midos. So too, with reference to Amalek, each one of us has in it, within him, an element of Amalek. What element is that? V'lo yorei Elokim. The Torah said that they were not God-fearing. This is Machlokes HaRishonim, but Lo yorei Elokim refers to Klal Yisrael, refers to Amalek, but many Rishonim understand Lo yorei Elokim as referring to Amalek. The mitzvah of Echias Amalek is also addressing that aspect of Amalekiyut, namely, the Amalek Shemalev, the Lo yorei Elokim, that each one has. That a person has to be mocheh. We have to blot out that element of Lo Yarei Elokim. We have to try our best to become Yirei Mushlemim, to be Dovag in Hashem Yisbarach, to be connected to the Torah, to be connected to Hashem, to be Mischazik in Yer Shamayim, till there will not even be a remnant of this Lo Yarei Elokim. We'll succeed in expunging it, in eviscerating it, in eliminating it entirely. And therefore, that is the message of the day regarding Amalek. Chazal comment, give a mashal to a young child that was out of control, that was sort of, shall we say, acting in a wild kind of fashion. A kelev came, a dog came, and Rahman al-San bit the child. When the father afterwards wants to tell the child, don't act wildly, don't be out of control, he doesn't tell him, don't be wild, but rather, remember, once when you were wild, the kelev came and bit you. It's a medrash in Bamidbar Rabbah. And that will have a greater deterring effect than just saying to the young child, don't be wild. So too regarding Zchus Amalek, Hashem doesn't tell us simply, Zachor is Asher Asa Lecha Amalek, in order to tell us what Amalek did, but in order to remember why Amalek came. Why did Amalek come? So Chazal came, Vayavu Amalek, Vayilochem Yisrael Befridim. The Gemara says that, and Rashi quotes it, B'shul Sherafu Yudeim in Torah, because we were not as committed to the study of Torah as we should be, therefore Amalek came at a time of weakness. And that's also an integral part of the mitzvah of Mechias Amalek that we're obligated to blot out. Namely, to be mischazek b'limud Torah, to become stronger in our commitment to learning Torah before Purim, by learning the halachas of Purim, from Purim on, by studying the halachas of Pesach, and whatever limud we do, this is how through that limud Torah we're able to make the mitzvah of Mechias Amalek. Halavai, you should be zocheh to a Purim Sameach, we will be zocheh to become more committed to limud Torah and more davuk in Hashem Yisbarach.